Submarines have always played a deeply mysterious role in a nation's navy. They are comparable to a special forces unit in any army, operating way behind enemy territory, unsupported and alone, hiding their position and constantly evading detection as part of their daily routine. This mission description of a submarine has uniquely informed its design philosophies as a naval craft. Depending on their role and nature of operations, Navy submarines can be as small as the now decommissioned American NO-1, weighing in at just 400 tons and measuring only 174 feet in length, all the way to the largest Typhoon-class submarines currently operated by the Russian Navy, which tip the scales at over 25,000 tons and measure over 575 feet in length. Similar to the range of sizes that submarines come in, they also perform a similarly vast range of roles for the Navy, from offensive roles to launch pad for long-range ballistic missiles to deep cover reconnaissance. Submarines can perform them all. Because of the technological advancements that have been made since World War I, modern-day submarines are some of the deadliest force multipliers. One submarine hiding somewhere under the waves is a major deterrent to a nation's enemies and a whole fleet of surface ships steaming towards the shore. This is primarily because the world's oceans are a vast place, and if an object is well hidden below the water level, it becomes very difficult for sensors to track them. Secondly, submarine missions are shrouded in deep secrecy. Only a handful of people in the chain of command actually know their current position at any given time. Despite its apparent invulnerability, submarines are not beyond reproach from a type of warfare that is employed by modern navies known as ASW, or anti-submarine warfare. ASW uses all types of platforms available to a modern navy to hunt and put submarines out of action. These include tracking and detection carried out by surface ships, air assets equipped with the latest sonar and radar equipment, and submarines themselves designated as hunter-killers. Once found, submarines can face a plethora of weapons like torpedoes, naval mines, and sophisticated depth charges. There are even land assets to track enemy submarines, like the Sound Surveillance System, or better known as the SOSA system. First developed by the U.S. Navy to track Soviet submarines, it includes a chain of listening stations across the east and west coast of the United States. Since then, the technology of continuous surveillance has been heavily upgraded and now operates as the Integrated Undersea Surveillance System, or IUSS, using not only land-based assets but also mobile assets across the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. So to keep ahead of these advances in tracking technology, submarines have to constantly evolve, becoming more stealthier, more potent, and more self-sufficient in operations across the world's oceans. The United States Navy currently owns one of the largest fleets of submarines. These include the Los Angeles class of attack submarines, the Ohio class of ballistic missile and guided missile submarines, the Virginia class of fast attack submarines intended to replace the aging Los Angeles class, and a small fleet of the Seawolf class of attack submarines, bringing the tally to 274 operational submarines. However, to keep ahead of the curve, the U.S. Navy is embarking on the production of a new class of super submarines called the Columbia class. As part of that project, a total of 12 new submarines are planned. As per the Navy's FY 2020 budget submission, it's estimated that the total procurement cost of these 12 ships is going to be around $109 billion, including the one-time research and development cost. This new class of submarine is going to start entering service in the early 2030s, one by one replacing the existing Ohio class. All 12 submarines are expected to join the fleet by 2043, and are expected to remain operational till the late 2080s. The new submarines will measure approximately 560 feet long, and will have a diameter of 43 feet. The submerged displacement of the boats will be over 20,000 tons. Each submarine will have 16 missile tubes for 16 D5 Trident II ballistic missiles. The Trident missile system has an operational range of over 7,500 miles and is capable of carrying multiple nuclear warheads. The new submarines will feature a large aperture bow-array sonar, which unlike the Ohio class does not need regular replacement over the lifetime of the vessel. Plus, they also feature more advanced hydrophones, allowing the Columbia-class submarines a greater capability in terms of detecting and tracking threats. A new nuclear reactor has also been developed for the Columbia-class submarines. According to reports, these new reactors are expected to last the entire 40-year service life of the new ships, thereby not requiring an expensive and time-consuming midlife refueling, like its predecessors. This way, The Columbia class of submarines will be able to spend more time operating in its role as a deterrent, allowing the Navy a second strike capability from under the ocean and in dry docks undergoing maintenance. On top of the modernized power plant, the new Columbia-class submarines will come equipped with an electric drive propulsion system and fly-by-wire system for rudder and hydroplane control. An electric drive eliminates the need for mechanical generators, and fly-by-wire replaces mechanical control systems with sophisticated hydraulic and electric systems. The submarines will also be coated with sound absorption paint. All these design improvements are aimed at reducing the acoustic signature of the submarines as much as possible, thus making it even more stealthy and difficult to track by the latest advances in sonar technologies. When it comes to submarine technology, the U.S. Navy is similarly matched to their Russian counterparts. Russia's dominance in submarine technology is unquestionable, and it's reported that the 4 new Bora-class nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines that are currently under construction are almost comparable in performance to the first few vessels of the Columbia class and the Block V Virginia class of submarines. Despite this parity in performance, the Russian Navy has quietly been developing a whole new class of submarines that threatens to tilt the power balance under the world's oceans their way. In late June of 2020, Russia planned to unveil its latest submarine called the Khabarovsk, or Project 09851. This new submarine is not a conventional ballistic missile sub. Instead, it's designed to be armed with the gigantic Poseidon nuclear drone torpedoes. Not a lot is known about this project, but similar to its predecessor, the Bora class, the new vessel will feature superior stealth technology and nuclear propulsion, giving it unlimited range. What's more surprising is that the main armament, or 6 Poseidon torpedoes, are also nuclear-powered, affording them unlimited range as well. Khabarovsk is likely developed to counter the threat of Western anti-submarine warfare, especially the United States and United Kingdom's hunter-killer attack submarines that have a long legacy of stalking Russian-guided missile subs. With its unmanned nuclear-powered torpedoes, this new class of submarine can change the equation of underwater warfare completely. Each of these unmanned torpedoes has a capacity to carry a 100-megaton thermonuclear warhead and are designed to cross entire oceans before detonating against an enemy coastal target such as a city, naval base, or even a carrier strike group. The Poseidon torpedo's range, speed, and depth might make it untouchable to the current generation of torpedoes, making Russia's underwater superiority absolute in the coming decades. To its east, China is also proceeding with an aggressive submarine development program. It currently operates a fleet of 4 Type 94, or Jin-class, ballistic missile submarines. 2 more submarines of this class will launch on the 71st anniversary of the Navy in 2020. The subs, first launched in 2007, are nuclear-powered and extend China's nuclear deterrent capability to sea-based assets as well. The country is now developing a new class of submarines named Type 96, designed to carry the latest JL-3 submarine-launched ballistic missiles, or SLBM, which have an estimated range of more than 7,000 miles, putting the United States, Europe, India, and Russia within its range. The JL-3 is also expected to carry multiple independently targeted reentry vehicles, or MOVs, which means that once the missile has obtained its maximum altitude, it can split open to release multiple warheads and can assign different ballistic trajectories to each one of the warheads. Traveling at hypersonic speeds, these warheads can then attack different targets essentially from a single missile. The JL-3 has been designed specifically to defeat surface or naval missile defense systems, and its integration into the new Type 96 submarines will give China a significant edge. In the same neighborhood, India is spending over $15 billion on its Arihant class of nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. The lead ship in this class, INS Arihant, was launched in 2009, and the second ship, INS Arigat, is currently undergoing sea trials. A total of 6 vessels are planned that are indigenously built in India and will operate the nuclear-capable K family of SLBMs, also currently under development by DRDO, the Defense Research Wing of India. The INS Arihant class of submarines will be equipped with 8 K-5 missiles with a maximum operational range of 5,000 miles. These new submarines will greatly increase India's capacity as a nuclear superpower and allow it to assert its weight as an equal in the South China Sea against China. These days, there's no doubt that a lot of navies are choosing to invest more heavily in submarine development than capital ships like aircraft carriers, as its lethality and usefulness as a deterrent is quite unsurpassable. And with so many competing designs and technologies, the coming few decades are sure to witness a boom in new submarine launches. Today, we discuss some of the major rival future submarines currently under development, but there are a lot more other countries currently in the process of developing their own next generation of submarines. So hit the subscribe button to remain updated on the latest military developments around the globe. Also, click the notification bell so that you're notified the next time we upload a video. That's all we have for you today, folks. If you enjoyed our content, don't forget to like this video. Thanks for watching. Cool.